Now we can make the body charge by different phenomena. So out of that we can actually charge the body by the process conduction, and we can also charge the body by the process induction. So first, how the conduction, how with the help of conduction we can charge the body. I will illustrate an example, then I will state a statement in front of you. Suppose we have one body which is uncharged, right? It is placed on a stand. We have another body which is charged. It is again placed on the stand. Let's say it has a positive charge. So this is my body A and this is my body B. So as you can see that this is charged and this is uncharged. Now what I do is I bring this uncharged body B towards the charged body A. Let's say I'm just and what I'm doing is I'm touching it. Actually, so this my body B that is uncharged is touched with body A. Now what happened when uncharged body is touched with the charged body, charge from this flows into B. So that means it has a positive charge, so obviously positive charge will flow from A to B. So as a result, it will also acquire a positive charge, right? So that means you can actually make uncharged body charge by touching it with the charged body. And if in case it has a negative charge and I'm going to touch this uncharged body, then the negative charge flow will some of the negative charge will flow from body A to body B. So that means whenever you touch uncharged body with charged body, same kind of charge flows from that body to the uncharged body. Not the whole charge, few charges move from the charged body to the uncharged body. So this is what is the conduction. But for this you have to touch the bodies. So that means when we touch an uncharged conductor with a charged conductor, then the uncharged conductor shares the charge of the charged conductor, right? So this is what is the charging by conduction. And you have to notice that the same charge will acquire in the uncharged body. Now we can actually charge by induction. Now what is induction? Suppose I have one uncharged body placed on a stand, and let's say this is A, and here I have the charged body. Let's say it has a positive charge. Now what happened when this is B, right? So this is charged as you can see, and this is uncharged. Now when I'll bring this charged body to when I'll just place them near, that means I'm not touching them, because in this I was touching them. Here we don't need to touch them. We are just placing an uncharged body closer to the charged body. Then what happened? This charge, this is positive charge, because we know it will also contain atom containing protons and electrons, many atoms which will contain positive and negative charge. So what will happen, because this is a positive charge, so it is going to attract the electrons of present in this uncharged body towards itself. So as a result, this corner will acquire a negative charge, because many of the electrons which was uniformly distributed before, but after keeping near the charged body, because this charge is positive, so it will attract the electrons. So that means there is unequal distribution of charges now. The negative charge will move towards this corner, and as a result this will acquire a positive charge, because this side will become rich in protons. So that means you don't have to touch them. You have seen that we have not touched them actually, but just due to attraction it is just pulling the negative charge towards itself, and because negative charge is being pulled here, so it will acquire the other charge on this side. So you don't need to touch. So this is the charging by induction. That means when you're just keeping them closer, so one charged body is inducing the another charge. Inducing means due to that the charge on the charged body, it is attracting the opposite charge. So one corner will acquire that opposite charge and the other charge. So this is when uncharged conductor like this is placed close to the charged conductor, we kept closer, then without touching it, they are not touching. So we say that the nearer end of uncharged acquire a charge of opposite nature. It was positive, so it has acquired negative. If it would have been negative, then it would have been positive as compared to the charge on the charged conductor. So this is what is the charging by induction. So now what is the difference between the charging by conduction and charging by induction? The first is that in conduction you need to touch them. In induction we don't need to touch them, we just need to make them closer, right? Second is this, when we touch them in this, the strength of the charge on A get reduced because some of the charges will flow from A to B. But here the strength of charge is going to remain as such because charge is not flowing from this body to this body. It is just inducing the charge, but the charge, the net charge which was present in this body is here only, and the net charge which is present in this body is here only. In this, it is going to acquire a same kind of charge. As you've seen that if it is positive, it is going to transfer a positive charge. If it would have been negative, it will acquire a negative charge. But here, what happened, suppose this is positive, so it will induce opposite charge on this side, that is negative. And if it would have been negative, it would have been induced a positive charge. And the opposite to it will be on the other side. So this is what is the difference between the charging by conduction and induction. You need to touch, you don't need to touch. The strength of charge get reduced, the strength of charge in the charge body remains same. Same charge is being acquired, opposite charge is acquired on the nearer end to towards the charge body. So this is what is the difference between the charging by conduction and induction. So two methods, and you know how to illustrate it, and the difference also you are familiar now.